think it's up here. Okay, now we are live on YouTube. So hello, persons from YouTube. I already presented myself, Pedro too, and Arthur too, but Felipe, please present it yourself.
Okay, my name is Felipe Lira. I'm 44 years old. Currently, I'm living in Recife with my wife and daughter. I work as a network and security analyst. That's it. In my free time, I like to travel, like to go to the beach, read technical books. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Felipe. And for the persons from YouTube, today we are talking about the benefits of eating healthy. As I said, I'm here with Felipe, Arthur, and Pedro, and this conversation is 100% in English, but if you want to talk in other language as French, Spanish, and Italian, go to TALKNTALK and see a better plan for you. And I guess this week we have until today, because thanks of God is the last day of January, and we have the meetings for free. So if you want to enjoy it, it's your time today. Tomorrow, I don't know if you have that. But okay, we start with the questions. Question number 1. Good food is very oft, even most oft, simple food. Anthony Bourdain. What are your thoughts on the statement? Pedro, you start us, please.
Depends. I think it depends.
Why?
I think I think it's not often simple food. Good food is simple food. I don't know, but is so vegetables or meat or this is a simple food, but I think it is in restaurants, for example. No as often simple foods, these ingredients. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand your point of view. Like, if you do the meeting at your home, probably you have ingredients in your home and you do a simple food. Simple food, in my way of think, is like rice, beans, eggs, or meat, protein in general, or some vegetables, and after a fruit, or a candy or something like that. But when you go to the restaurant, I guess it's not so simple, right? Like, have a lot of options to get it. I guess good food is a food you feel like good with that. It's not, didn't have a rule to have a food. Because of that, I don't agree with the phrase. I put the phrase, but I don't agree. I disagree with that. Like, good food not often is a simple food. Sometimes you want to eat a fast food. It's not a simple food. And you want to eat, and not because of you eat junky food, you're not healthy. You understand my point. I feel, because I disagree with the phrase.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, in my home, for example, I have 2 ingredients, one potato and onion, for example. Yeah. I cooking and simple cooking and eating. Okay, in one restaurant, they prepare the potato with a union transcendente union, the inverted potato.
Like that. Have a
It's all the
philosophy.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
have a
it's a simple food, but the cook is different.
Yeah. Like if you give me a potato and an onion, probably I do a soup. It's like that. I don't know how to do, or I French fries and onion fries too. Like it's on the two plates I can imagine. But I agree with you. Like have a lot of philosophy around the plate, and yeah, it's a good experience, but sometimes it's not for everyone because it's so expensive. So
Yeah.
we need to do what you want to go where you want to go. And Arthur, how about you?
I think I agree with this phrase. Because I heard, I don't remember when and where, but some like if this grow underground, it's healthy, maybe like this, you know. And I agree because sometimes we want to, I don't know, now I try a new diet, for example, and Jesus, what I have to buy, for example, and sometimes we imagine buy something more complex, as you said, rice, beans, uh, and we want to meat, chicken, for example, and that's
Yeah.
it. It's a simple food. It's healthy, you know. And I think because I heard these two, a person compare, for example, a junk food. Uh, for example, this junk food have, I don't know, 1,000 calories. I don't know say that. And if you eating, for example, potatoes, you have to eat a lot to achieve, I don't know, the 1,000 calories, you know. So I think it's, uh, I like about this phrase because sometimes we thinking, ah, I want to eat better, and sometimes I think it's, as just the phrase said, simple food, it's okay, you know.
Good point of view, because like if you thinking about health food, some persons always thinking about fruits and vegetables, but it's not that. You need to have a good meal. You need to have like a lot of things in your meal to have the vitamins, proteins, and everything to deal with that. And of course, eat water, like Arthur. So you need to do that. Uh, I always saw on the internet, and I feel really, really angry when I saw the persons only eat chicken and eggs, or hate rice and bread. I feel like, no, gosh, you need carbohydrates. So I have a problem because social medias put some foods as a villain, but food's not villain. You need to eat it. So yeah, now I'm thinking about your point of view, Arthur. Maybe I not disagree totally with the phrase right now. I disagree in the middle.
It's okay.
I'm half to half, half. I'm half. I'm the middle, I don't know, But good point of view. I don't think about it. Arthur. Thank you. And Felipe, what is your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree in parts with Anthony. Simple foods has all nutrients that we need to survive, like proteins, carbohydrated. I don't know the pronunciation exactly. Vegetables. I think simple foods has all you need to survive in a good way. But for example, there are dishes that are delicious, but it's not so healthy, you know.
Yeah.
But if you eat, have a control, I think it's not problem, you know, to eat sometimes unhealthy food. But in general, I think simple food is good. It's a good food for us.
Yeah, it's like we didn't exist without some junky foods during the life. I guess it's important to have your time to eat things you like it. But I guess it didn't have a problem to eat a hamburger, pizza, or anything like that. The problem is the quantity. The
Yes.
problem if you want to eat 5 hamburgers, it's a problem because you feel stuffed, you feel tired, a little bit lazy. The problem's not the food. The problem is the quantity. Like it's always, I always have a problem with that because I love hamburgers. I love. For me, it's a perfect. I don't know why because have bread, have the meat, have. I love salad, so I always put everything I appear in my fridge. So, but I have this problem to stop in the first one because I always think the second, like, it's a good idea to eat a second, probably. But I'm not eating to because I have hungry. It's because I want to. I don't know. Probably it's an emotional thing. I don't know. But this is related with the question number 2. Does it surprise you that aspas, what you eat can also make you feel better emotionally and mentally? Why and why not? It surprised you, Philippe, this quote?
No, it's not surprise because we know that if you eat good foods and it's affect your mentally and emotionally, you know, because your body work better with the quantity and the nutrients necessary to survive. That's it. It's not surprise to me.
Yeah, I want to say it's a surprise too, but for me not. Yeah, sometimes when I eat something I'm not so good in the day and I eat candy, I feel emotionally like, oh, now I'm good. You
Okay.
understand? Oh, okay, now I eat my chocolate. Okay, now everything is better. The life is it's awesome. Have butterflies around me, but sometimes
because
too. Go ahead, go ahead.
because I am on diet, you know, so I'm
Okay.
control the food I am eating because I'm fat.
Yeah.
So when I eat something there is a lot of fat, I feel better, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I'm the person who needs to put a barrier because I eat a lot. I'm a person who like to eat. I really love to eat. And for me, it's really, really difficult to have some foods. I have emotional foods, you know, some foods you remember your childhood, your teenagerhood. So my first times in teenagerhood, my first ages at teenagerhood, I was a girl who have more age. I don't like the word fat. I don't know why, but I didn't like it. And I was a girl who have that, so I need to have exercises. And I prefer the salt. So I like candies, of course, but always my problem is salt. Like, is a lot of meal with salt. So since I was a teenager, I need to have this thought, like, oh, okay, now you need to stop because you feel wrong. You're not wrong to eat, of course not. But always when I eat something a lot, I need to stop in some moment because sometimes, always, not sometimes, always is because of my it's emotional damage. So I need to stop, you know. Yeah, thanks of God, I understand the way of exercises since I was a teenager, and I never stopped it. But in teenagerhood was a really, really hard time. And Pedro, how about you? What do you think?
I'm not surprised for this, but I'm sad, for example, and I eat one hamburger, I'm happy. But it's just situations for this, but the first is I have sentimentals, but it's the second time is I don't know, culpa, guilt, pensaments. But I try, is not guilt for this. I try don't eat it most, but I'm not surprised the expression. In other situations, yes, I eating good food, and my emotional is good, but it's not some mentally or emotional. It's more is energy, is disposition. I don't know.
Yeah, disposition. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but in general, I eat a good food, and I happy.
Yeah, I totally feel you. It's really, really awesome when
In
you
special one hamburger or other junky foods.
I prefer hamburger. Like, I eat pizza, of course, but I don't know why hamburger for me is so
Yes,
awesome.
for me too. I
But
prefer hamburger.
yeah,
In also moments, I prefer the simple
yeah, the
bread,
simple one.
cheese, and meat, and bacon.
Mm,
Bacon forever.
yeah. Bacon, I didn't like so much bacon. Like, depends. I don't know why, but I don't know why. I prefer the hamburger, the traditional hamburger. Have mayonnaise and like the simple. And sometimes have
Yeah.
eggs. Here, Pedro, here in BH, the persons love to put eggs in the hamburger, and I love
Yes,
to.
I love.
It's not a critical, please. Persons continue because I love it. And
Yeah,
cheese,
but
cheese.
the hamburger with the eggs, these are traditional street foods. The
Really?
fast foods, yeah, the fast foods with McDonald's, Burger King is not have eggs.
Yeah,
But
they don't have.
I see and one, I don't remember the location. In Cyprus, in Cyprus, I see one option, this hamburger with eggs in Burger King.
Gosh,
Yeah, it's different.
so different, so different. I know have some difference in McDonald's from Japan. Have a lot of fries and like you don't see like meal, red meal. You see more fish or things like that, and have a salmon hamburger, and I want to eat it. You don't know.
Yeah,
I
in
feel
Japan, as
crazy.
McDonald's is shrimp hamburger too.
Yeah, shrimp hamburger. Yeah,
I
have
love
that.
shrimp.
I'm allergic, so if I
Oh
eat
no, oh no.
I almost died. But the salmon, oh gosh, is one of my dreams. I have a dream to go to Japan, not because of the food, because yeah, animals, and I love the history,
The culture is very good.
the ancestor culture. Oh, I love it. But this meal, I need to prove the salmon hamburger. Like, gosh, so different. I love it. And Arthur, what's your thoughts about it?
For me, not surprised too. As Felipe said, it's affecting, and I like about this topic too. And there are studies or people too said the stomach is or a second brain. You know, so the food influence how about I feel and everything we said today. Yeah, that's
Totally,
it.
totally. You said it's a true thing. Now I open here for scientific studies. Okay.
Yeah,
In my
sure.
area, always I saw that like Arthur said something really, really, really right. Like in the brain have a mechanism of neurons and have a specific substance who give in your stomach too. So when you feel happy, you put this substance in your blood, but the production is in your brain and your stomach. So when the person said like, oh, eat and you feel happy, is right, it happened. It happened because you product the specific substance. I forgot the name of the substance. I have cytosine in my brain, but I guess it's not cytosine. And when it have a funny thought too. I always saw like some person said, oh, if you want to get the person, do a great meal for this person. You catch the person with a stomach, in a stomach. Você agarra a pessoa pelo estômago. So it's true. It's true because probably you feel happy and it's more openly to you feel lovely or you don't feel angry. It's almost impossible. So now I close the door of science and come back here. Guys, I skipped some questions. Okay, go to the question number 6. It is expensive to eat healthy in your country. Please explain your answer. Felipe, do you think it's expensive to eat in Brazil or where you live?
Depends the restaurant, no? But in January, I believe it's not expensive. We have good restaurants with a good price. Mainly, how can I say, happy hour time, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There is some restaurants in Recife. We have our happy hour time, so I go in this time because I can eat more in pay less for it,
Okay.
you know. But in general, it's not expensive, but depends on the restaurant.
But
That's
for
it.
example, if you do your meeting at home, you think it's expensive to go to supermarket to buy fruits and vegetables? It's expensive.
I don't know exactly the price of the things because my wife is responsible for it. I only pay, but she's complain about it. You know, it's the price of the things increase a lot.
Mhm.
That's it.
I get it. Get it, your point of view. Here in BH, Minas, right? Yeah, really expensive to buy meat. The things here are really expensive to buy chicken. I don't know why, and eggs really expensive, and the price of cheese increase a lot. So it's a sad thing because we from like we product cheese and it's so expensive here. The milk too, every less seems. But one thing is really cheap. It's not really cheap, but it's cheaper than other locals. I see it is vegetables. Some vegetables here, it's not so expensive. I don't know if because I know the days we have promotion and we go to the supermarket to go, but the price is not so higher. But the fruit, oh gosh, it's so high, so high. Like a bananas. I don't know if it's the time of grow bananas. Like really, it's not my my space of talk, but when I go to the supermarket, I see a lot of things expensive and others is not so. So I guess here in BH I have this balance, sometimes so high and sometimes not so. So yeah, a balance. And Pedro, in Cali, it's expensive to eat healthy food or buy healthy food.
In supermarket is not expensive. It's very cheap. Vegetables, fruits, meat is expensive. Especially cow meat or chicken and pork. Okay, is not expensive, but fish is very cheap. Tallinn is a coast country, and the fish is not expensive. One for example, one I don't know, one pot.
I forgot to. I package in my mind, but it's not packaged.
Yeah, one packet of caviar is 2 or 3 euro. But but one packet the meat, these are 7 or 8. Is different, is big. But in general, it's not is expensive. But in restaurants, for me, it's not cheap. Depends. Depends this restaurant, but this in general is cheap, but it depends. Yeah. But I have one problem for this, but one 1 kilo of potato, for example, these are 30 cents, but one chocolate, these are 40 cents. Is
Gosh.
the healthy food is very cheap, but the junky food is cheap too. One
Yeah.
one Kinder Ovo in Brazil, Kinder Ovo is more expensive, and
I don't
one
know the
Kinder
price.
Ovo in Tallinn, this 18 cents, for example.
Gosh, cheap. Like
It's very
Okay.
difficult
to maintain, right?
health life.
I
But
can imagine.
in general, is in Tallinn, in Estonia, in general is cheap. In other countries, in Europe, just Italian or France or Spain, is different. The prices is different. It's more expensive.
Portugal to have more expensive things. Like you said about the fish. Here in Belo Horizonte, you can find fish. If you find, like it's not so good because we didn't have officially the beach. So yeah, probably it's because of that.
You do you like salmon? No?
Yeah, I love
Do you
it.
like it? It's
Yeah, I love it.
salmon is very cheap in Tallinn, but the
Thanks for that.
big piece of salmon is 3 or 4 euros. It's very cheap.
Thanks for that. Want to give me for my birthday a salmon? I appreciate it a lot.
I send one piece of salmon for you.
By Correios.
Yes.
Love it. I never see my salmon. If comes Correios. But Arthur, how about you? You're from Rio? I don't remember where you're from.
Goiânia.
Goiânia, right. I imagine the meat in Goiânia is a little bit cheap or not?
No, I think it depends. Sure, I think, for example, I live in a good neighborhood, and the little markets here it's very expensive to compare, for example, a Carrefour, a big market, and I don't know, in Goiânia works this way, depends on the neighborhood, something like this. But in general, I don't think it's too cheap, but not too expensive too. I think it depends what you want to buy. In this weekend, I buy a melon in feirinha, I don't know, and I think it's about 12 reais, 1 kilo, and only the melon I pay for, I think it 28 reais. I think it's expensive,
Gosh.
because I don't usually buy a melon, but I like, and now these days I try to eat more melon because I eat a lot of banana, because I don't like to, for example, eat grapes because it's small. I have to eat a lot, and I don't like this. I prefer banana, for example. I eat 1, 2.
Radical.
It's enough for me. Yeah, that's it. And but I think that's sure. It depends, as we said. It depends the neighborhood, the restaurant. But in general, I think it's, I don't know, it's the average, from the Brazil,
Yeah. Have some, like you said about melon. Here, I have the time of melon. Like now, you can find melon to buy. And when you buy, as you said, so expensive, so expensive. But on the other hand, have the watermelon. Here, have
Mhm.
watermelon in every single month. And it's so, so, so cheap. You buy a large piece of watermelon, it's so like costed like R$ 7 or
Mhm.
less than that. It's a large piece. So you eat for more than 2 weeks. But I have a friend who from São Paulo. He always said to me, I can't find watermelon to buy. And I feel like, gosh, it's a watermelon.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But I always have that, and I feel impressed when, as you said about the melon, so pricey. Gosh, I don't like
Yeah.
so much melon. I think melon didn't have taste enough. I don't know. I
I
don't.
prefer melon or as to watermelon. I prefer.
Oh no, I prefer watermelon. Oh, the taste of watermelon remembers me my childhood, and it's always tasty, so good. And about the grapes, I understand you. Sometimes it sucks to clean the fruit
Yeah.
because somehow you need to clean because yeah, of course you don't eat something dirty, but it's hard. It's hard. The fruits here in Brazil be expensive more and more and more. And guys, yeah, I guess we have time
I don't
for.
know. I
Okay,
don't know the
go
existing
ahead.
in other cities, but I love it in Belo Horizonte, the truck of pineapple and watermelon. Pineapple of Marataízes is
Yeah.
very candy.
Arthur, if you don't get it here in Belo Horizonte, you can see a lot of like, specimens of one fruit and have a lot. Like
Mhm.
as Arthur, as Pedro said about the pineapple, have the
Mhm.
pineapple of somewhere, pineapple of everywhere, anyone, like, a lot of names. And the mango, I guess mango have too. And you always saw a person said, "Oh, today is the manga verde is in the pricey." It's like mango, but have names. And it's funny. It's funny. And Pedro exists that since nowadays. My mother is exactly like that. See the mango. It's always mango. I don't know why. And my mother, oh, I prefer this mango. And I eat. It's exactly the same. The taste of one mango is exactly the other mango. And I feel like, what's the difference of that? Didn't exist. Oh gosh, I love it. It's awesome. And guys, I guess we have 1 minute to one more question. Okay, the question about 8. Would you agree that you are what you eat? Why and why not? Pedro, do you agree that you are what you eat?
Yeah, yes and no.
No.
Uh,
Why?
no, yes and no, but you, I am not a sandwich, for example.
Yeah, I
Uh,
always feel really,
yeah,
really.
but I agree the sentence in application in life. It's okay. You eat uh, uh, junky food, your life is more dull, for example. But
Yeah.
you eat uh, other foods, fruits and vegetables, your life is more easy. The days, the practice of exercises, the walking. Yes, I agree the question.
I always feel funny because I always remember a meme from internet. The guy eat, I guess it's not a hamburger, it's a hot dog, and the guy eat the hot dog is Englishman, and the other guy appears and said, "You are what you eat," and instantly the person have the head of hot dog, and I always feel like, gosh, it's
Yes,
awesome.
I am transformer.
Yeah, like that. I
But
always,
each
oh gosh,
transformer.
yeah, it's like that. I have so much to say it, but I always laughing with these memes. And Arthur, are you are what you eat?
Yeah, I agree with the sentence because, as we said today, I think if I eat only junk food, I don't know, maybe I don't um motivation or disposition to work or I don't know to make it do exercise, And I think it's important. As I said before, there is some studies as mentioned the stomach is as a second brain. So I
Yeah.
think it's eat better. It's important.
Yeah. You can see the difference, right? When you eat better for 1 week, you have more a clean sleep. You wake up with disposition. You want to do your things more easily, but the process of that is hard to beginning something like that. You need to have power to continue that because it's something sometimes you remember about a candy when you like finish your lunch, you remember, oh, I have probably a chocolate. So yeah, it's crazy. But okay, Vinicius, Ciao. And guys, for the other room, Diego, Rodrigo, and Murilo, how was the conversation, Diego?
Oh,
Would you
it
like
was
to?
amazing. We're talking a lot. We talk about different topics. We bring different points of view on the discussion. And congratulations, Gabi, to the topic. It's so interesting. Yeah, it's so applied to our lives. It's so interesting to talk about it, to think about it, because during our day by day, we are forgetting these topics. Yeah, and for us, it's so important because food is essential to us, to our lives, to our good to make good habits in your daily life. So important.
I totally agree with you. Like I put this topic and in the other meetings, I put topics related with healthy because we need to talk about it. Like even in Portuguese, we didn't talk so much. And when you talk, only talking about exercise. If you do exercise, okay, great. But if you don't eat healthy, foods and good foods for your body, for your health, for your mind, probably you don't have the performance in the exercise as you want. So we need to be more, I don't know, realistic with that. Talk more.
Yes.
Thank you, Diego, for your feedback. And Murilo, how was for you the conversation?
How Diego said it was great. Yeah, the share different points of view. And I love talking about foods, mainly health foods. I try and bring it for my life, for myself, but it's difficult for me. and I try improving in the future. That's it. And yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, the process is always difficult. I don't remember where I find this quote. Really don't remember, but someone said every process when you're beginning, it's hard, but if you continue in some moment, the routine starts to be something easy to do. So it's not an advice because sometimes I don't follow that, be honest. But something I always thinking when I start to stop to do my routine, because I'm a person of, I love routines. I like to do the same things. I'm methodic with that. So when I start to don't do something, when I don't do one thing, I feel really upset. But it's the life. Don't be afraid and continue. Process hurt, but in the end, you feel better, honestly. And guys, today I don't put the feedback link because the feedback link have a problem, okay? So I don't put here because we can open the link. Yeah, I hope you like it, this conversation. I really enjoy it, really necessary topic. And see you all in the other week at 8 a.m. And have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Gabi.
Thank
Thank